ワーデン・オブ・ザ・コースト、続きをプレイしていきましょう。ヘイデン、ザ・ボックと個人クエストが終わって、次はカトリの個人クエストをやっていこうと思うんですけど、あと、カトリと、でからローランド、ティア、イリレスの4人、あとジェイドか。ジェイドで 5人もおんねんな、あと。1人2回はいるだろうから、最低でも10回ぐらい。で、メインのストーリーが残ってますからね。あと十数回はワーデン・オブ・ザ・コーストやることになりそうですね。それでは行ってみましょう。
Keep an eye out for Daedra. Oh, it's nothing. I just... Something about this place reminds me of home.
これはスカイリムとは似ても似つかない。ここのことやんな。
My home, Dover. I wasn't born in Skyrim.
どこなんやろ。モロウィンドかな。島に住んでたの。あ、先にこっち聞いてみよう。どうやって？
It's not important. We should remain focused on the here and now.
はあ。時間はある、本音を言え。
Well, I suppose little harm could come of it. I was raised on a coastline with a similar complexion. I'd almost forgotten how thunderously the ocean crashes against rock and seaboard. Or how statically melodic the chirps of seagulls are. Or the brisk, cool wind, and how gently it brushes against one's skin as they stare placidly into an infinite blue abyss.
具体的にどこっていうのは言わないんやな。デイドラが遠くで叫ぶ卑猥な言葉も。ああ、いい時代だ。
Fair observation. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll get nostalgic over this whole fiasco too.
こういう体験のためにお金を払う人もいる。
None of them grew up in such a place. The glamour associated with the tropics was penned by excursionists, not natives. This environment brings back a lot of memories, most of which I'd rather soon forget.
何か良い思い出はあるか？
I'm afraid the good ones are so deeply intertwined with the bad that they've become corrupted as well. How difficult it is to recall a moment of bliss without also remembering the way it was stolen away.
いいものは長続きしない。だからこそ感謝する。
That's the proper way of looking at it, I suppose. I wish I could maintain that kind of optimism.
きっと何か思い出深いものがあるのだろう。
Well, now that you mention it,
カトリ親密度低いんですよ
there
ね。
is one event from my childhood
今
I
最
can
低
look
レベル
back
じゃ
on
ない
with
かな。
contentment. Don't suppose you'd be open to hearing it?
つまらなくなりそうなのか、つまらなそうな。聞いてるよ。
Well, on the beach where I grew up, there was a sectioned off portion where the wealthy individuals and their children would swim. My friend and I, we used to fish off a distant dirt cliff just beside it. One day, she caught this monster of a fish. Took the two of us half an hour to drag the thing up. When we finally managed it, we saw the teeth, rows upon rows of them. Didn't know it at the time, but we were standing face to face with a fully grown slaughterfish.
スローターフィッシュはそんなに大きくないぞ。
We were young then, especially by elven standards. It might as well have been a whale.
うん。子供の目にはでかく見えたって話かな。その後どうなったんだ？
She freaks out and screams, and this fish just starts squirming erratically, like a Thalmor Justicia observing Talos worship. It manages to get away from us, throwing itself from the cliff's edge and hitting every rock shelf on the way down. So there it falls, just off the shore where the wealthy is swimming. For a moment, we thought it was dead. Then, without warning, it starts wriggling towards them. So, naturally, my friend starts trying to reason with it, right? She calls out, "No, not that way, you live over here." But of course, it's down there just tossing her advice to the wind. I suggest warning the nobles, but we both know they're not going to listen to a couple of peasant children. there's a brief spell of silence, a single screech, and all-out chaos. They see it and emit screams louder than a banshee passing a series of kidney stones.
腎臓結石を連発するバンシー。すごい表現やな。
Any day since.
わあ、いい思い出も病的なものになっちゃうんだな。これはちょっと良くないんじゃない？その友人はどうしたんだ？
Decades later, I took an interest in magic and inducted her as my apprentice. From then on, we became more than just friends. Then she...
あれ？
I'm sorry, I've rambled long enough.
その友達はどうなったんや？
We've got better things to do.
おうおう、これでクエストか。Wait to speak with... ああ、また時間を置いて話しかけろと。
State your business.
これでいいんかな？
This might sound a little random, but do you believe in redemption?
贖罪。存在すると思っているのか？
Well, not quite.
うん。もうちょっと具体的に言ってくれ。
Do you think it's attainable? Can a life of sin be displaced by one of virtue and selflessness? Can the souls of the corrupt or those led heedlessly into corruption be forgiven? Or is redemption merely a concept mortals invented to cope with guilt and remorse?
贖罪とは。今まで誰も私の意見を聞いてくれなかった。なんてエキサイティングなんだ。私は贖罪できないほど落ちぶれた人はいないと信じている。ほどほどに許されないほど大きな罪もある。それは対処療法であり、それ以上のものではない。信じてる。
Does that rectify the sins they committed? Surely, if man and mare can be redeemed unconditionally, then we are free to sin without consequence. Society as we know it would collapse from within.
ザボックのことか。
What?
あれ違う？
No. Don't get me wrong, I still
違うみたい
think
だ。
he's a menace to the company, but this is about something else.
なぜそんな質問を？
I was just thinking about my responsibilities as a vigilant. I won't deny that sometimes our methods are radical and unforgiving. But I must remember that the monstrosities we pursue are beyond salvation.
なぜステンダールの番人に入ったのか？
My apprentice was murdered by the Daedra. I vowed to seek out and destroy every last one of them, if only to do right by her name.
ここには破壊すべきデイドラがたくさんいる。
Yeah, convenient, isn't it? On that note, we'd best get back to it.
これでいいんや。あんでまた間開けんのね。ほい。
There's a cave not too far from here that's tainted with Daedric magic and twisted spirits. Time willing, I'd like to investigate and root out the evil that dwells within.
私の助けが必要なのか？どうしてこの洞窟を知っているんだ？この島でデイドラがはびこってない洞窟なんてあるのか？何かが抜けている。どうして知っている？
I
ちょっと場所が悪いな。
from a reliable
ピコンピコンしてる。
source.
噂を鵜呑みにしていくのか？
From a reliable source?
必要な？
If what I heard is true, then yes, most definitely.
どっちかな？何かが抜けて
The
る。
evil that resides there, it must be purged. But the less you know of it, the better.
なんか隠してんのかな？何がどうして？
Telling you would compromise the deed.
それじゃあ秘密は守れ。守れ、守れ。どっちや？守れよって意味か。肝に銘じておこう。
We should head there as soon as possible.
おう。
Sure.
カトリと一緒に洞窟に到着。どこや？そんなに遠くないかな？ あ、まあそこそこあったわ。じゃあ行ってみましょう。この辺っぽいけど、あ、ここか。古代のカタコンベ。おう。セブリナ。
Well, well, after all these years, you still can't live with it, can you? I'm flattered.
This creature will prey on your subconscious, planting thoughts and molding memories to fit their demonic infatuations. Do not pay their words any consideration. We must resist.
What was it? What lured the faithful tongue of Dagon to be pinned by her own snare? Did she develop a conscience? Or is this our master's final command? Or perhaps... Yes, of course. But you haven't told her, have you? Ironic.
Be silent, spirit of the damned!
お、
I will drag you into the night.
あれあ、いたいたいたいたいたいたいた、あれあれ。
This one's injured.
え
Can I get a warning next time?
結構敵が強いな。
You come here seeking redemption, yet you cower from the magnitude of your transgressions. My dear, this road has no inversion. You know what you are.
あ、なんか書いてる。カトリザ、マーダラ
A
ー。
tribute to all your sins. Do you like it?
We need to get out of here. Now.
これはカトリの過去や
Stay and
な。なんかある。
observe all you served faithfully to establish.
なんかメモがあるぞ。脱出。ちょっと待って、このメモ気になんねんけど。カトリが屠殺者、マーダラー。これ全部それっぽいな。そうやな。ペテン師って書いてた。他もあるんや。ズル。人殺し。スパイなん。もうええか。で、なんか来てる。
It's not bad.
なんか来てんな。あ、ただのドラウグル。
Die already.
ただのドラウグルやったらそんなに怖くないよな。脱出すりゃいいの？はい、脱出。ちょっと香取と話したんやけど。
You okay?
オブリビオンにかけて何だったんだ。このスカイリムって何々にかけてみたいな言うけど、オブリビオンにかけては初めて見たな。
My shot at redemption. I thought I was ready.
今が説明する絶好の機会だろう。
I disagree. The more you know about me, the more these spirits can use as a leverage to drive a wedge between us. Knowledge of this caliber is dangerous for both of us.
もっとちゃんと説明する義務があると思うのだが。
Just know that I'm not the person you think I am, but I'm also not the person I once was.
もったいぶるね。私を殺しかけたのに何も言わないのか。
What would you have me say? Words cannot mend this situation.
はっきり言えよ。今度はなんだ。
The spirit is stronger than I thought possible. I will need time to ponder the meaning of this, and a way to counter her tactics.
あ、また時間置いてか。じゃあここで待機しましょう。8時間ぐらいあったらええのかな。いけたわ。
Yes?
これか。
Look, about that whole debacle in the cave.
答えを出す準備はできているのか。
No. I told you why I must keep that under wraps. It's nothing personal.
まだ勇気ないんやな。それが何か。
I want to go back, to finish what I started. And as before, I don't believe going alone would be prudent.
秘密が必要だと思うのならこれ以上何も求めない。どういうことか説明してくれるまでいかない。いかない。
I already made you aware of the
あ、
danger
下がっ
that
た。
comes with such knowledge.
下がってしまっ
These
た。
spirits already possess the advantage. I don't want to give them any more leverage than necessary.
秘密にしておく方が危険だ。あなたを信じられるようになりたい。
I
そうやぞ、もうはっきり
suppose
言え
you're
よ。
right. You already know more than I wanted, after all. It's probably advisable to let you in on the rest. The spirit who built that
いや
monument,
結局言うんやんけ。
she was my apprentice.
結局言うんかい。なぜ彼女はあなたを憎む。
I wasn't always a vigilant of Stendar. Long ago, I held a position of authority among the ranks of the mythic dawn.
深淵の暁
She
な。
served as my pupil.
デイドラ崇拝者なのか。
Was a Daedra worshipper. Much to my shame. Time, experience, and regret have a way of changing the role we play in this world.
どのような役職についていた。
I was the tongue of Dagon. My purpose was to direct personnel and cargo into waters dominated by the Daedric Lord's curse. I sent people to this very isle so they would perish in Dagon's reapings.
あ、クズじゃん。香取さんクズじゃないか。監視者と同じぐらいひどいな。
I'm well aware. You said you believe in redemption.
うわ、言
I'm
いま
not
したけど。
proud of who I used to be. That's why I joined the Vigilant. That's why I came here, to the resting place of my victims. If only to do right by their name.
万人側がよく許したよな。秘密にしてんのかな。どうやって。
The last order I carried out for Dagon was to send my apprentice to him. A test of my loyalty. I adhered to his demand, but remorse soon weighed heavily on my soul. I gave up the dawn that very night and fled from my home on the coast of Hammerfell.
あ、ハンマーフェル出
The
身なんや。
cave we were ambushed in, my apprentice cursed it. The halls are haunted by every soul I doomed to die by sending them here.
そしてそれを収束させたいのか。
I can't run from my sins forever, and I can't live knowing that people still suffer from my past work. I started to realize that when your sister showed me her map.
もっと早言ってくれたらええのに。
I'm still not convinced I should have told you at all. She will use your understanding of my past to pit us against each other.
洞窟に戻る準備はできたか。
Not yet. I want to go in with a clear mind. I'll let you know when I'm ready.
これはもう一丁待機か。
I'm ready. The souls of my victims should not be made to suffer any longer.
じゃあ行こう。
Yeah. Let's.
あれもしかして今回で終わりそうかなこれ。
Till the next time, then.
じゃあもう一回行ってみようか。
Again, you step foot in my tomb. Will you not stay this time? I prepared a casket just for you.
I will rid you of this curse, apprentice. Your soul shall be laid to rest in a manner befitting the mercy of Stendar.
Oh, I see. Killing me once wasn't enough for you? Well... I'm waiting.
あっと出てこないか。先の方におるのか。
Why do you throw around Stendar's name like you have claim to it? Let's not forget that you taught me the forbidden practice of Daedra worship. You are a greater adversary to your god than I could ever aspire to be.
I changed.
Who do you expect to convince of that? Yourself or your friends?
Oh, なんだありゃ。
Behold, a gathering of
ちょっと敵多くねえ
familiar
か。
faces.
Capture the murderer. Capture the traitor. Capture the liar. Capture the betrayer. Capture the butcher. Capture the spy.
長いな。
Capture the deserter. Capture the imposter. Capture the cheat. Capture the trickster.
あ、終わり。
Still you persist. Do you not hear your victims? Are their cries not just?
Spirits of my apprentice, I release you from this living death.
カトリはクロスボウ装備。
Fool! You cannot be rid of us so easily.
Dova, I need all the time you can give me.
どうしたらいい？カトリを生かす。どうすりゃいいんや。こいつらだった。あ、セブリナや。話すの？
You've been misled. Katri is a murderer, a coward, and a liar. Kill her. Avenge the souls of her victims. Only then can they be laid to rest.
ご要望にお答えしちゃあかんやろ。私もそう思う。カトリの罪は償いようがない。カトリは昔の自分とは違うんだ。正しくても間違っていても私は彼女を裏切らない。息がもったいないよ幽霊め。彼女には理由があった。昔の自分とは違うんだ。
You believe this? Katri has not a trace of truth left to her name. Does her opportune insight not echo with manipulation? How many more lies do you think she's told you? Every minute her voice infects your thoughts is a minute lathered in fiction.
そうか、殺す選択肢もあるわけや。彼女を裏切らない。
Do you think she shares that same sentiment? If your roles were exchanged, she wouldn't hesitate to bury you alongside the rest of us.
息がもったいないよ。
Arrogant fool!
あ、怒った。
Stendar
そこは
has
怒るんや
no
な。
mercy for the likes of you.
セブリナ結構強いし。あ、せっかくやろう思った。あ、無理やな。これ掴んでね、あ、当たった当たんねや串刺しにするっていうモーションのやつがねあったんで入れてみたんですけど、うまくいかんかったな。
No, but it's a start. By the cleansing light of Stendar, I release you from this living death.
あ、倒した。エピックって書いてる。もらっとこう。
It's done. My apprentice, and all those she kept from passing into the next life. They're gone.
今あなたは私に答えを出す義務があると思う。それはもうええ加減言え。
Now that the threat has cleared, I suppose it's best to come clean. The spirit who built that monument. She was my apprentice.
なぜ彼女はあなたを嫌った？
I wasn't always a vigilant of Stendar. Long ago, I held a position of authority among the ranks of the Mythic Dawn. She served as my pupil.
どのような役職についていた？
I was the tongue of Dagon. My purpose was to direct personnel and
それさっ
cargo
き聞いた
into
よ。
waters dominated by the Daedric Lord's curse. I sent people to this very isle so they would perish in Dagon's reapings.
血の気が多いな。
I'm well aware. You said you believe in
この
redemption.
会話さっきしたよな。
I'm not proud of who I used to be.
ちょっと飛ばすか。
A test. I gave up the dawn. The cave we were ambushed in. My apprentice cursed
ここか。
it. The halls are haunted by every soul I doomed to die by sending them here.
デイゴンの呪いを知っていたならなぜ我々に警告しなかったんだ？
If I had mentioned the true nature of this place, would you still have ventured out? I knew I couldn't confront my apprentice alone. The fewer my allies knew, the better. But now I see something overlooked before. Through silence, I traded one sin for another. I can make no effort to justify it. Now that my apprentice has been laid to rest, I'll give anything to rectify that mistake. Even my life, should there be a demand for it.
その申し出には応じちゃダメじゃないの？見過ごすわけにはいかない。もう私の船に乗ることは許されない。もうここから出よう。
I can't argue with that.
ああ、終わった。おお、終わった。これ1回でいけるかな、尺的に。まあええか。ちなみにね、できるかな。ちょっとザボックでやってみようか。こんな感じで、これがやりたかったんですけどね。ちょっとずれてるけどな。うまく当たらんもんやな。では今回この辺で終わろうと思います。